Coming soon to a theater near you. In a world where John Wayne has too much media.
John, on these solicitations, is there any other website besides FBO that we can look at?
The FBO is the primary database for federal government contracts. Now, of course, doing state, and I've never even heard of these people, and they've got me on their website. That's crazy. Doing state, local government, county government contracts, that's another option. We don't do state, local, or county only because we literally have to have an expert in every state and every city and every county, and that's just not feasible. One of the
what about federal prison systems?
Oh yeah, all federal prison system information is posted through FBO. Sometimes they'll make you go through FedBid or FedConnect to actually submit your bid, but it'll start you from FBO to begin with. Now, our new database has been released. They are allowing people to use it, but they don't have a trial version yet. So I'm not pushing it until they have a fully blown trial version that people can play around with it and get accustomed to it before they start using it. Because I don't want one of you guys to go in there and submit a bid and run into an issue, and then you don't win the bid because of the new system. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. Once they do have a trial version and they've got the bugs worked out, the way our system's going to work, our system pulls information directly from FBO. But unlike FBO that only refreshes once a day, our system refreshes every 15 minutes. So you will always have the most active, accurate information. Our system also only requires you to set a user ID and password once. FBO makes you update your user ID and password every 3 months, and if you miss that email and forget, they deactivate your account, and you got to call them or email them to get it reactivated, and it's a pain. And it happens all the time. They've deactivated my account, and I use it every day. So ours, you set your user ID once, set it and forget it with ours. Like that guy with the turkey baster thing, set it and forget it. The third thing that makes our system better is that FBO just gives you the opportunity and the person to contact to submit the bid. Our system will give you the opportunity, but it also has another section that gives you the history of that opportunity. It tells you every purchase that's ever been made for that opportunity. If it's a janitorial contract at a prison system, it shows you every company that's been hired for the last 47 years to do that janitorial job at that federal prison system, how much they were paid, how many hours were involved, all the details of the bid, and it's all right there in black and white. You don't have to go out and research it, which is what I used to do that takes hours, and sometimes you don't find what you're looking for. This system does it automatically. It also not only gives you the history of that actual purchase, but it gives you the history of all the purchase that that purchasing officer has made. It gives you the history of all the vendors that have done that job once. It tells you every other job they've done and what purchasing agents they did that for. It's a gold mine when it comes to marketing yourself to your competitors' purchasing agents, because the information's right there automatically. But obviously knowing how much the government paid for that service last year and how many hours were involved before you submit your bid is gold. Knowing if you're in the right ballpark, if your price is right, or more people lose federal government contracts because they underbid. Their bid was too low. More people lose government contracts because they underbid than the opposite, losing contracts because they overbid. I know that sounds ludicrous. That wouldn't happen in the private arena, but if your bid's too low with the feds, like the example I gave you earlier, if they get 3 quotes and they're all in the same ballpark, and yours is half price because you really gave them a good deal, even though you would have done a better job, they're not going to consider you because your price isn't average with the rest. That's the old mean, median mode. Your price isn't fitting in the common price range, so they'll throw it out, even though you would have done a good job and given them a better price. So our system's showing you what they paid last year. Knowing what they paid, you might have to increase your bid to be in the right arena. As soon as that system's out and there's no bugs and they have a trial version, I will play around with it and I will get used to it, and then I will include it in the training. Until then, just keep using FBO. Go ahead and register with your state, your county, and your city procurement database to work on state, county, and city opportunities, which I will still help you with, even though we don't do those. I do have some experience with them. Also, if you're interested